So I'm Andy Caress, and I'm the organiser of TEDx Nanty. So I gave a TEDx talk of my own back in 2018, and up in Lincolnshire, which is where my mother-in-law lived, and came back to the valley where I made my home, and I just thought there's so many people with so many ideas that need to be told. There are so many people who, in my mind, seem to not have a voice, to not have a platform to share their ideas. And I thought, well, TED is such a wonderful opportunity to do that. So I set up the first event, started organising that in 2019, and with the support then of Bridgend College, we held the event at their theatre in early 2020. Immediately started making plans for a follow-up, and then of course COVID happened and life started to get in the way. And then very, very fortunately made contact with Owen Cultural Trust, who just leapt at the chance and kind of threw their everything behind it to make it happen. As someone who's moved to this valley, this community in particular, there are so many people doing wonderful things, so many community groups, organisations, sports clubs, and yet there is certain people saying, well, we're the forgotten valley, and you know, we're not valued, or we're not seen, or there's just focusing on the negatives. And actually, there is so much positive, there is so much passion, there is so much good being done, that I wanted to showcase that, I wanted to celebrate that, and I want to put the name Nanty on the map. When I did the last event, I saw on Reddit, I was randomly searching one day, and there was a quite disparaging Reddit thread saying, TEDx Nanty, what the hell would they talk about? There's nothing going on up there. They've got a good front row. Genuine comments from this thread. And I just thought, no, there is so many wonderful people and so many ideas. We've got, you know, a rich history, beautiful surroundings. There are issues as well, but there are people who are working to address them, and they need to be showcased and celebrated.
I'm Lucianne Morgan. I listened to a talk from a local journalist, and she's an author. She's taken photos from the 1980s, and she's caught up with the people in their photos now. While sitting there watching photographs and listening to the stories that she's put on, I've recognised that one of the policemen could in fact be my band. But it was mind-blowing to actually see a photo come up on the screen and think, wow, that could be my band for that. The history around the mining is very important to us as a community. There are a lot of Ellesmere residents that share their stories, and we really want them repeated, and we want the history recorded. I think that it's important to listen to the older generation and take note of what they went through and learn from them as well. I think that's really important. So things like this are really good for the community, and they're good for the younger generations too.
What about you? Would you ever like to take part and do a TED Talk?
I would love to take part. Basically, talk about the importance of community and keep the community spirit alive. Nanty have got a lovely community spirit. Obviously, you can tell when people in the venue like when they're doing rugby and everything else. And I think community spirit is the top, you know, and that's what's important.
I'm Martin Griffiths. I'm an astronomer, and I'm now a retired academic and lecturer.
How did someone from Nanty become an astronomer?
I basically grew up here, went to school at the comprehensive school down at the bottom of the valley. In fact, we were the first class that went into the new school down in Brinkethin. I eventually left, of course, started work, and then I thought, well, let's do something different. Let's follow my path, which was astronomy, and so I went to university, took my degrees, and ended up teaching in university. I taught for the Department of Continuing Education in Swansea. I did courses for Cardiff University and ended up at the University of South Wales, and we eventually worked for NASA along the way as well. So as I was growing up, it was always a passion of mine, and all I wanted to do was to enjoy myself but bring it to other people as well, and that's what we did as part of the community of the valleys.